Welcome to Mystic Dragonfly Garden. Today in the garden we are going to be prepping some plants to bring into the garage for winter. Now these three plants are annuals, but they are hardy to zone 8, and last year I was successful in keeping them alive in my garden. They did die back pretty much completely, but then reflushed this summer. So the three plants that we are talking about are Diamond Frost Euphorbia, a Luscious Royale Pina Colada Lantana, and a Salvia. I'll have to check the variety on it, see if the tag is in the pot. But let's take a look at these plants, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do to prep them for their time in the garage this winter. This is the Rockin' Fuchsia Salvia, which I have kept alive in this pot. This is its second consecutive year. So you can see it has flushed out and was very happy. And then take a look at this Diamond Frost Euphorbia. Oh my goodness. I think this is your 2 or 3 for this thing, but this is a beast. There was a spike in here, but obviously this Diamond Frost has overtaken the spike. But I'm going to keep on with this one. I actually had saved all of my Diamond Frost one year, and they all died back, and I tossed them. This one just happened to be in this pot with the spike, which was still alive, and of course it flushed back out, and I was sad because I realized that I bet those other small ones in those pots would have been just fine and would have come back as well. So I'm going to try that again with my other Diamond Frost this year. I'm going to pot them up and see if they don't come back next year. And then here is the Luscious Royale Lantana that has lived in this pot in the garage, and it obviously has flushed back out. And check out these roots. Now all three of these did root into the ground, so that is probably part of their success being so productive this summer in these pots. But oh my goodness, look at these roots. This one also rooted into the ground. Let's take a look at what was happening on the bottom of it. I ripped them out, but you can see how that had rooted into the ground. And then let's see this one as well. You can see the roots were coming through, and I had to tug to pull this pot out from where it was living on the rock patio. So it rooted down through the rocks, down through the gravel on the rock patio, and obviously these are really happy plants. So all we are going to do is trim them back, and it's not going to freeze this week. It is going to rain. It's supposed to rain, so I'm going to let them just soak up the rainwater, and then next weekend I will bring them in, and they will just live their life in the garage until next spring. So let me get these cut back. I notice there's a sap that comes out when you cut these. Glad I have gloves on. That might be irritating to the skin. check out the roots coming out of this pot. That is insane. I'm going to cut those off. But that is how these plants live so well in these pots in the summer, is they have these crazy root systems that grow out of the pots. Well, here we go. They are cut back, and they probably will completely lose their leaves, or almost, but that's okay. I am going to spray them with some 7 spray, just to make sure there's no unwanted guests coming into the garage. And I'm going to let them get rained on this week, so they have their watering for the month of December, and I'll probably water them again about the middle of January, and then again probably at the beginning of March. My garage stays pretty humid, and also when it gets too cold, we do burn wood for heat, and that heat goes into the garage, so I don't think the garage really ever gets below I really need to get a thermometer. I don't think it ever really gets below 40 in the garage. Maybe upper 30s, but obviously it's protected from any frost, so they make it through the winter. Thank you for joining me today as I prepped these plants to come inside for the winter. I live in a zone 7B, and what I have learned is that plants that are hardy to zone 8 do well overwintering. Even if they go dormant, they make an appearance the following spring. So give something a chance if you want to save it. The worst that can happen is that it doesn't make it, and then you can just purchase it again next year. For the love of dirt, get outside, enjoy what nature has to offer. Until next time.